Yeah, so this is a zither, in case anyone was wondering. It's actually an Austrian zither. It's pretty cool. I have another video that talks about it a little bit more. Um, it came with a bunch of other cool stuff, and I'll show that in a later video. I'm just sort of hiding out in my dorm study lounge because it's just really fucking loud and frustrating, and I hate dorms, and I'm really not that big of a fan of college life, or the whole idea of college in the first place. But I guess I'm here to talk about college in this video anyways, so um, I've always had these crazy ideas for what I want to do for a living. I wanted to build houseboats or fix up houseboats. I've wanted to open restaurants, open youth hostels, all kinds of really cool stuff. Now, I'm not giving up on all that stuff. I'm just starting to more understand that I'm going to need, at least to begin with, I'm going to need some sort of regular job. That way I can build up some capital and then invest in these ideas later on. And my girlfriend might be pregnant, so I really had to stop and think, I have to get serious about what I want to do with my life. And so I thought, here's, what can I really do? So I went and talked to my advisor, which is like the person you go to with questions about what you should do in college. And I was like, man, I have no idea what I want to do with my life, or what I should major in, or what I'm even doing here at college. I mean, if I should just go and get a job and work my way up the ladder or whatever. I mean, I didn't really know. Um, and I didn't really expect him to be able to help me or have any good ideas for me. And it turns out he did. If you've seen Office Space, you know that question where they're like, if you didn't have to worry about money for the rest of your life, what would you do? And I always thought that was a stupid question. It would never solve anything. But then I really thought about it. It's like, if I could just do whatever I wanted to do, what would I do? And so, first of all, I like having a job because I really enjoy working. I'm afraid to become one of those people who just makes their work their life and doesn't have a social life. But I really do enjoy feeling productive like that. And then I thought, okay, so I want something where I can have a steady amount of time where I can actually work and where I can really devote myself to something. And I don't want to sit in a fucking cubicle all day. And I want to actually see results for what I'm doing. And so, I mean, that's the first thing I kind of explained to him. And then I said, well, what do I really like to do? And I thought of things that I've always enjoyed doing. One is I like buying old random instruments, hence the zither. If you watch my other videos, I have a bunch of random instruments used in them sometimes. And that's one thing I really enjoy doing. Secondly, I really enjoy old books. My old school, I went to Catholic boarding school, and I was the only person who actually used the library for books. I could just sit there for hours and hours every day, just being amazed at the history behind these old books they had. And most of them were in Polish. I couldn't even read them, but I still just loved them because I loved the fact they were old and they meant someone, and someone really took the time to put them in. And maybe that's like the only copy left or something. That information is just saved there and like for all of history. And I mean, I guess that's true with the internet and stuff, but a book just is something tangible, like you can touch and it's really there. And I've always just had this romantic notion towards that. No, not like romantic, like, I want to like marry a book, but romantic, like just, fuck, I don't need to explain it to you, internet people, but I'm sure you get it. And that's one thing that always amazed me. And then finally, I like people, and I like dealing with kids, and I like storytelling. And this guy said, well, this guy got really excited and looked at me. He's like, I have the perfect internship for you. And I was like, well, I didn't really want an internship, but whatever. And he showed me it was an internship at the National Library of Congress. And I was like, okay, a library? I mean, what does that have to do with, stuff I like? And oh yeah, I forgot to say, I did this Starbucks protest a while back, where we protested Starbucks for a bunch of reasons, but the big reason that stuck out to me was the fact that it was some big corporate chain coming in, like making it hard for these independent coffee shops to really love. I work at a coffee shop now. I've always worked at coffee shops, and they're making these places that I really love like impossible to run. And so I told them about that and how I feel like we're losing culture because everywhere's just a Starbucks now, or everywhere's just a McDonald's, everywhere's the same few fucking box stores, and nothing's new, nothing's individual. There's no point in traveling because you're just gonna get the same fucking stuff everywhere you go. And um, he really did have the perfect internship for me. It was at the National Library of Congress, but it was in their folklore folklore library, which is a bunch of old music, a bunch of old instruments, old photographs, old videos, old audio, old records of just things that are really American and really represent these American areas. And that's the stuff I really care about. And so I realized I want to do, I don't want just the internship, I want to do that forever. I want to be a guy that can really save these old cultures and these things that no one really knew about or no one really cared about at the time, but could be just this amazing insight or like something that people are really going to care about later, really want to care about. They have to know their history and where everything came from. And then I have this opportunity to preserve that and to help people with that. And I can't think of anything else I'd want to do more with my life. And on top of that, it's a steady job with a real income. Librarians make what I mean, not a mean like that's a mean curveball, but I mean like the middle. Um, Income of about $46,000 a year, and that's obviously after a lot of experience, a lot of training. And it's not a job you fall into instantly, but it's a secure employment situation. People are always going to have libraries, and that's one thing that people really like to be funded because whether they use them or not, they like the idea of libraries, and so that's going to be good. It's a good place to work, and so that's why I decided to work there. And so I'm going to get a degree in business administration right now, so that way I can work my way up and be a head of a library. It's a good degree to show, and then I'm going to go on either here at Wayne State, where I am now, or at U of M, University of Michigan, to get my Master's of Library Science, and I'm very excited about that. And I think being a librarian is the perfect job for me, and I can be a kids librarian and organize like storytelling and stuff like that, because I've always liked working with kids, and I'm very happy with where I landed with that situation, and I'm very thankful to that advisor who helped me figure that out. So, yeah, if anyone has any comments, let me know. Or if you want to make a video response to this, that'd be cool. I'll probably make one back because I feel like I'm having a conversation, not just sitting in my dorm study lounge completely surrounded by people who I feel like have no future, because I don't understand how anyone would be that loud and that obnoxious and be in a stable job, and it drives me insane. It just blows my mind that there's just this culture of people from Detroit who are just like that. And I mean, I guess maybe I'm just out of touch because I've always lived in rich, upper middle class areas and never around people brought up with these priorities, but it just amazes me. And I always hope that, I'll get used to it or I'll start to understand, but I just never can. I guess it's just different priorities. I mean, I'm a reasonably quiet person. I don't like talking in front of people. I can't stand eating in front of people, which is something that everyone here does, and they eat so loudly, and it's just painful. Like, my roommate goes and brings his fucking dinner into the room at like 11:30 every day, and just like eats like some sort of beast. It's disgusting. But I'm just rambling on. It's been 8 minutes. I'm sure no one's paid to watch the video this long so far. So, peace and stay awesome. All right, bye.